Well, welcome again to another episode of Christian News. And I'm your host, Rish. And if you noticed, I have a Bible verse on the screen, and it was out of Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done. And there is nothing new under the sun. I look for news, Christian news online, and I share things with you. But today I wanted to share this verse because there's nothing new under the sun. Uh, Back when I was very young, uh, actually I think it was back in the 50s, 1950s, I'd go to a uh, movie at a theater. And while I was sitting there, all of a sudden I had this urge to uh, want some popcorn. And then all of a sudden I'd get an urge that my mouth was dry. I wanted something to drink, so I'd get up and go get a pop. Well, there was something that was causing me to do this, and I found out later on it was in the film itself. They would put just a frame here and a frame there, and it would just flash popcorn or pop or whatever, and you wouldn't even notice it, but it was affecting our minds and would cause us to want to go get something to eat or something to drink. Well, it's called subliminal messages, and what's happening today is exactly the same thing, but it's being done on the internet. Uh, and I'm going to talk a little bit about AI, artificial intelligence, for a minute here, too. So there is a trend out there where people want to find out something, so they do a search. So they type in their search, and I do the same thing. But it's being searched out by artificial intelligence that is programmed to tell you what it wants you to hear, not what you're actually looking for. I tried just for the heck of it one time is they got this AI out there that'll write a book for you. And I typed in what I wanted my book to be about, and then AI went to work, and it came back and it was all distorted. It was not what I was really looking for. It was all left-wing radical stuff, and it was programming what it thought I wanted, not what I thought. So, this artificial intelligence, we're allowing it to think for us instead of us doing the thinking. And we as Christians have to be real careful on what's going on. So, even though there's nothing new under the sun, which I'd like to title this, I want to say that we, in this day and age, just like back when I was young, the system is trying to program us. And even when I was in the service, uh, we took some training on how the enemy would reprogram you in a different way to think. If you were a prisoner of war, you were being indoctrinated with their philosophy, not what you were brought up believing or thinking. And there's things going on in the world today, and we know that Satan is the god of this world. And he is trying to change our minds. He's trying to manipulate us. And he's doing it through world systems. And we're all heading down this narrow path that's heading towards a one world government. And people want you to think the way they think. They don't want you to think out of the box. Now God has laid out a plan, and he has told us this. And even this verse in Ecclesiastes. There's nothing new under the sun. So, I mean, we would say, well, yeah, we didn't have the internet, that's all new. We didn't have television before television, that's all new. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about our minds. You know, man is the same today as he was after the fall of Adam and Eve. The way of thinking has been corrupt. And we have to rely on what God tells us, not even what we think. We are to not rely on our own thought process anymore. We basically have to go back to what was written centuries ago. And God inspired the Bible. The whole Bible is inspired. As men were moved by the Holy Spirit, they penned these words. Yes, it was written by man, but by the direction of God. God is still in control. And that's the same today as it was yesterday as well. The only way we can know truth from something that's false is to rely on what God tells us, not even to what we think anymore. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today. So just remember that there's nothing, absolutely nothing new under the sun. And I'm not talking about material things, I'm talking about spiritual things. And that's what the Bible is. It's a book of spiritual things. So we were at war with our enemy who is trying to reprogram us. So be careful as Christians. My dad used to have a saying. He says, don't believe anything you hear and half of what you see. Well, today we can't even believe what we see because it's been manipulated through artificial intelligence. You know, I can use programs on a computer and I can reprogram things to make you think you're seeing something that you're not. That's not true. You know, be careful. As Christians, we need to be careful. And that's what I had to share, and that's what's not new in the news today. And I'm your host, Irvers. Till next time, bye for now.